All right, this is for everybody that's got a 65. I think it's like 2015 to current day. It's going to be something similar to this setup, I think. This is a 2015 that you're looking at here. Maybe it's like 2014. Anyway, that is a 08. It's got a round side carb. This is a 15. Whenever they made the model change, update, they are now using a flat slide. You can see it evident here. So it has a few different things, but I want to show you how I got it off easily. T45. That's the screws you're going to loosen. I just loosen the top ones, then I unbolt the side ones. Okay, and then I take off the silencer, and that's it. So it's like 4 screws, 5 screws. Oh, and the gas tank. Sorry, gas tank seat. And this guy stripped it out, so I try to do it a weird way. But either way, that would normally be this bolt in the front up here. That guy right there on both sides, and then there's the center one. So tank would come off with the shrouds normally. Take off the, or I just flip it up. I don't know why, but that's how I like to do it. Then you get access to your car pretty easily right off the back by the shock. And then you're going to use the Allen bolts to unbolt the cap and take out the slide. And on this carb, I'm going to make a needle change. And I noticed a lot of parents are having problems with changing the needle clip setting, getting it out. So we're going to take a look at that, and I'll update you with the next step on that. All right, so once you get the carburetor off or out, then you can unbolt the cap. It's just the 2 screws at the top of the cap, and I think I used I don't know if it's stamped on there or not. I would guess maybe a 4 or a 5 Allen key. And now you have access to your slide. This is a flat slide, and you have the cable running in, the spring, and then the needle protruding at the bottom of the slide, and that's what I want to make the jetting change on. So it's a little like kind of blubbery in the mid-range, which is like kind of just a little bit past 1/8 of a throttle, 1/4 throttle, more of like an 1/8. It starts to blubber a lot. So we're going to make a change there. The first thing you're gonna do is slide the spring up, okay, and then you'll dismount the cable. Let me try and do that, and I'll get it on video. All right, so if you're looking in here, I scrunch up the spring, and you can see the cable running in, and then you can see how it's held in there, and there's this kind of like yellowish, clearish, translucent thing on the outer corners there. That's gonna have to come out. That's actually retaining the cable into that spot there. I think it's going to dump out, so I'm going to lift it and kind of pick at it with a pick, and with it upside down, and that should make that come out, I believe. Alright, so I got it upside down, and I picked at it for a second and it didn't really work. I bunched up the spring, and then I actually shot air just kind of at the channel there, and that got the little holder retainer to knock down. So I'm going to hold all this up towards the cap, and then I'll fish the cable out of the notch in there. Alright, so it looks like there's actually some 2 small retaining screws now, so we'll get those out with the tiny Phillips head, and then hopefully we'll be on our way. Alright, so this is very small Phillips head screws, and then I have this little Husky small Phillips head. That's the part number there. I think it was a 2-pack with a small flathead I got at one point. So that's what I'm using to take off that retainer for the needle. Alright, so the needle is out. Now, one thing about the needle I'll note is that the needle actually has, don't mind my dirty fingers, get it focused on it. Okay. Move closer. Come on, camera. There we go. Sorry about the delay there. See if I can tilt it away that you can kind of see. Alright, so there is, it's hard to see on the camera, but you see those numbers there? That's actually a needle sizing guide, and it tells you the taper and the size of the tip, how quickly it tapers off. That's a change you can make. I think there's different needles that some people try. This is the stock needle, I bet, and all we're going to do is take this clip at the top, and I want to make it leaner on the mid throttle, so I'm actually going to raise it to the top clip hole there. That way the needle stays down into the main jet longer per throttle opening, and therefore you have more air mixing with the fuel that's coming through. Because the longer this thing is in the main jet atomizer hole, the less fuel that's coming through. So that's kind of what that does. You just imagine this clip going down. That means the needle's coming out sooner. More fuel per mid throttle. Clip goes up. Less fuel per mid throttle. So that's how you adjust the needle. Based on the sound of this engine, I'm adjusting it. I'm going to adjust it up just to that one clip and see how that adjustment does for this bike.